What's up, everybody? This is Armin again, creator of Speaking of Clients. And here right now, I actually had one of my clients in SGC, Speaking of Clients, Gazzy, call me out of the blue like, yo, I'm like, you sound happy. What just happened? She's like, I just closed my first beta client. So
Yes.
I'm like, listen, I'm like, let's not waste this moment, not record it and like not document it. Let's go on Zoom real quick. I'm like, why don't we just share with everyone? Because if there's other coaches out there right now and they want some inspiration, here's some inspiration. Gaz, tell me what just happened.
I just got on my first ever sales call to talk about my program. And I had a client who was so interested to buy, paid in full, and just got my first sales call in, a success, first person in my program. And I haven't even launched yet.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I just interviewed you like 2 weeks ago about how you grew your email list like 400 or 500 people, grew a community, built your whole program out. We helped you outline it. It's crazy. And you did like so many like sessions and whatever. But I just wish it was like right before. But I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. How do you feel?
I feel so good. I feel so good. I have been waiting for this. I knew it was right around the corner. I'm so proud of the program I've built out and the work that I'm sharing with people. And I was really confident in myself, but it feels so good to know that people want to work with me and people are looking for a solution. And I have that solution and I'm helping people find their passion, and it feels so freaking good.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us? Like, tell us what you do. Like, what's your niche? Like, what do you do? Tell me.
Okay, so I'm helping people find their passion and be able to create something out of it. So most of the clients I'm working with are either in a 9-to-5 or just left their 9-to-5 and are unclear about who they are, what they like doing, and are tired of kind of feeling like their days are just being wasted. And so what we do is we reprogram their mind to be able to find passion. We start setting big goals, and then I help them actually pursue that passion into something that they can use to wake up every single morning feeling inspired and just ready to go, living a life on purpose.
By the way, what's your coaching program called?
Wake Up Inspired.
Come on, baby. I remember we came up with that on one of our coaching calls. Let me ask you this. So you have a method, right? You're not just like another, passion coach. Like, you actually have a method. What's your method called? Tell us about it.
Yeah, I have a method that I walk my clients through. I guide them step by step through the process. It's called passion programming.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a 3-part system. Over 8 weeks, I work with my clients to take a look at their mind. And a lot of people are telling me, well, I don't know how to find passion. And the reason is because they've been programmed against finding their passion. So what we do together when we work together is unpack everything we've learned, start to get clear on what our programming is. And then through the use of the subconscious mind, we actually start to reprogram our minds to be able to find passion so that they can go after those big goals that they have inside and that they know they're meant to follow.
Like right now, here's a huge, by the way, the growth is crazy. Right now, you sound so practical, so tangible, methodical, You're systematic. Everything is like, yo, that makes sense. Of course you closed. Like, but tell me this, when I first met you, how different, like, what were you doing? Like, honestly, like now you're like, yo, I got this method. I got this program I'm walking through. It's exactly what we do. I know exactly what they want. I know exactly what's holding them back. But when I met you, how different was it?
When you met me, when you asked me like, okay, 1 year from now, where would you like to be? I imagine myself doing this, but where I was at the start, I was like, listen, I found my passion. I know how to find passion. I want to help people, but I have no structure, no audience, no idea how to do it, but I want to. So I had a really strong desire, but no formal idea or any tangible strategy that I was following to get there. And now I'm like, yeah, of course I have a strategy. It's so clear. I know exactly what I'm doing with my clients. And not only do I feel good, but my clients get so much out of it because there is this step-by-step program that they get to follow to be able to find their passion. It's more than just some idea in my head. It's an actual method that I take them through.
Let me ask you something. How much were you selling your coaching for before working with me?
I was selling it for $100 a session, and I was just doing one-off sessions here and there. If people needed help, if people felt stuck, they would just book one-off sessions with me. And then I had a couple clients who had a monthly package of like 4 sessions a month with a bit of a discount. So I was making at most $400 a month per client, at most.
$400 a month per client. And and why was that? You were selling what? Hold on a second. I just realized this whole thing was private, which is no big deal, but I'm making it public now. The post was public, so no one's actually watching us until now. People can watch us. Let me quickly share this. I don't know why Zoom does that, but whatever. Give me a second. I'm just sharing it with our friends here.
Cool.
Make sure. Yeah. Give me a second. There we go. Okay. So before working with me on working like building a high ticket coaching program and all that, you were charging $100 a session, and then at most you would make $400 a month with the client.
Yeah.
And then so we helped you build a coaching program, an actual systematic coaching program, and then you went off today and you got on your first ever actual sales call and closed a $2,500 beta client. Like you're gonna be selling this for $5,000, but you got a beta client at $2,500.
Yeah.
So for a program you had, like you literally built with us from scratch. Yeah. Do you remember not a year ago, like when you joined, do you remember when I was like giving you some shit? Cause I'm like, stop selling $100 sessions. You need to prime your mind for never doing anything less than high ticket. You're like, I know. Remember how long that got? It was uncomfortable.
The funny part is when I was doing 100, I thought that was a lot. Like I was like, $100 for 60 minutes? Like that's a lot of money, but my thinking was so small. I was thinking about it the wrong way. I had never even seen myself as someone who'd be able to sell high ticket. But not only is it more beneficial for me, but my clients get more out of it as well. They've got more skin in the game. Their results are 10x. And there's a procedure, like it's a step by step. So it's not like we'll just hop on a call once a week and see what we're dealing with. No, it's like, where are we now? Where do we want to be? And what are the steps that we need to follow in order to take you there? So it feels really good for me and for my client because they know exactly what they're getting out of it as well.
And so imagine this client paid only $100. You think they'll be committed? You see what I'm saying?
They wouldn't.
The very act of paying high ticket for your program is a part of the breakthrough. Yeah. So let me ask you this, because you've never done, like, have you ever done a sales call for coaching before trying to sell a high ticket program?
Never.
Let alone not having built a program, like we helped you with that. But you then, how'd you get good? Like, how did you, like, let me ask you this. You got on your first sales call ever to pitch a high ticket coaching program. What was that like? Like, what did you use to close your first ever sale? Like, how did you do that?
So before I started working with you, I thought a sales call was me telling them how great my program is, how great I am, everything I've accomplished and what I do. And it was always about me. Like I was like, oh yeah, I found my passion. This is how I found my passion. Whereas working with you, I actually learned that there's a structure, like a psychology behind selling, and that the sales call is not about me. Like we spent the first hour talking about my client and just my client before we even got into what the program offered. And so I realized, holy shit, I've been doing this, thinking about this wrong my whole first year in business. I had the wrong mentality around it. And when I went in, because I had the training, I mean, I've watched the roll call, I've listened to you train other students in the program about how to do the call. I felt really confident because I knew there's a step-by-step structure that I need to follow in order to have a successful call. And quite honestly, that's exactly what I did. Like I followed the steps that you've taught me step by step and was like, okay, we got to go from this to this, to this, to this. And it felt so easy. Like I wasn't stressed. Right before the call, I was excited. I'm like, oh my God, I know this is going to be a perfect fit. I'm so excited to share this with a potential client. And it felt so easy. And, you know, like most people are scared of sales calls because it feels icky. Like you're like, oh, I feel slimy having to be like, oh, like sounds like a salesperson over the phone trying to sell you car insurance. And like, I feared that, you know, I'm like, oh, I don't want to be that person who calls trying to like sell duck cleaning to you. I don't want to be that person. And what it felt like was, a really honest opportunity for my client to talk about what they're going through and for us to see if it was a good fit for each other. And essentially for me to offer her a solution that's going to help her change her life. And it felt so easy for me with so much confidence. And I mean, the results speak for itself. Clearly it worked. I sold my first high ticket. So I'm really proud of that.
And so much more to come. You have another sales call coming up, right?
Yeah. One on Monday.
Okay, cool. Come on, man. Like it's going to be simple. But what you said that stuck out to me when he called me first before we got on the Zoom is you're like, I've never done a sales call. I literally watched your sales training. I watched your role play with Jeanette on how to go through the script.
Yep.
I read the script word for word. And at the end, she's like, yeah, let me grab my credit card.
Yeah. Now, it was so easy.
I want to make this very clear, though. It's not like, again, we're not going to sell some bullshit. If you're watching this, you're like, oh, I just need Armin's script. No, 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 no. You still got to get good at understanding your audience. You still got to make sure you have a good offer. You got to understand everything. It's not a matter of just like, I don't promote like just read a script. No, like real sales is about understanding. It's communication. So you did all that work by being in the program, watching me coach others, watching, there's a lot that went into it, but it's as simple as following the structure of the questions we have in the process of the sales training, and it brings the best out.
Yeah, it does.
I'm so proud of you. By the way, thanks for getting on this pop-up interview.
Oh my God, I needed to celebrate. I was like, I got to call Armin. He's going to be so happy. Like right after telling my mom, I just called you right away. I'm like, it's happening. And like, I'm excited, but my client's so freaking excited. She's like, hey, look, so when should we start? When are you going to send me the calendar invites? Yeah. Like, what time will it be? I'm ready this weekend. And that feels so good because I'm meant to do something bigger. Yeah, I know the smiling.
My cheeks are hurting from smiling so much.
I know. And now I'm finally doing the work that I was meant to do. And I have a structure and a team helping me get it done. And man, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to you, to Jeanette, to SGC, the support, everything. It's just been awesome. And to think that this is only the start, like that part just, I could just like dance of excitement thinking this is only the first one. And I haven't even launched my program yet. I haven't even launched the webinar, and all of that is to come. So I feel really good about it. And it's almost like a confidence boost. Like I'm like, yes, my program is needed. They need this in the world, and I have a bigger purpose. But I always had that idea, but never a strategy. And now I have a strategy and a structure. And by having that, I get to do what I'm good at, and everything else just comes easy. And I get to focus on helping people find their passion, which is what I'm meant to do. Right. So it feels so good. It feels so good.
Man, when I promise join my program, we're going to take marketing off your hands forever, because you're going to just learn how to streamline it. So you can just focus 90% of your time on coaching. You deliver on that.
Yeah.
You're like living like multiple, like, I'm just happy though, because I remember myself struggling for so many months in my business, and like years ago, like no one was there to be like, dude, you're doing it wrong. Like do this, and then streamline, and then this. And I just like I like banged my head against the wall as I went through it. And like, I'm just happy I could solve that for you and for so many others so quickly. You know what I mean? So anyways, I wanted to just share this win with everyone, get them excited. I really wish the Facebook didn't private it, because when it goes public right away, it hits everyone up like, yo, Armin's live. But
yeah.
People will see the replay. We'll post it on YouTube, whatever. But I'm really proud of you. Okay, I'm really proud of you. Keep it up. You're going to close another beta, and your beta is at 2,500. You're going to sell for 5K high ticket after that. And it's passion coaching. Some of you are like, oh, but I don't think my market pays that much for this stuff. I don't. Passion is intangible. All these limiting beliefs. Damn it, man. If you believe that, you need to be in the program even more, because that's literally what's costing you money.
Yeah.
Right? Like Gazzy, you went from charging $100 an hour only and exchanging coaching and doing like generalized coaching to building an entire streamlined step-by-step method, understanding your position in the marketplace, differentiating yourself from everyone else, building a program that's high ticket, having an offer, getting good at selling it, building a community, growing an email list, closing your first 2,500. Do you want me to keep going?
The list can go on. And since the last time we spoke, when you interviewed me 2 weeks ago, I was at about 400 people on my email list. I'm at over 900 right now. So I'm only getting started here, and I feel my momentum building, and I can't even start to imagine where I'm going to be in a year from now, because where I thought I was going to be in a year from now is so small. Now I'm like, oh my God, I got to start hitting new goals for myself. I know that this is going to be really, really big for me. So I'm grateful today. Now I'm feeling good.
Listen, now you understand why I say when you come into the program, like, what's your goal to make that much? And I'm like, there's no point of building an entire business to make that much. You got to like think like this.
Yeah.
And so now you get it, because as soon as you get like some taste of it, you're like, why am I thinking so small?
Yeah.
I think 10 or 15K in a month. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
With one client, boom, 2,500, 5K. What am I talking about? I can do this 5 to 10 times over and over in a month.
Yeah.
Like the next step for you guys, and this is really my goal for every coach in this program, is I want you to normalize a 5-figure month. And I'm not talking about like 10K. I'm talking about normalize 30 to 50 grand a month. And I think about how realistic that is in the numbers. That's only 5 to 10 clients at 5K, right? Like, it's not hard.
It's not. It's not. Well, it's hard if you're doing it by yourself and you're just basically like blindfolded and just trying any strategy you see on the internet. That's what I was doing
Also
before.
hard
And so
if
it
you have
felt so hard.
it's also hard if you have no method for it. If you have no process, no
Exactly.
actual system, you know what I mean? Like, no, you can't even fathom selling $50,000 of coaching if you're doing one-on-ones for $100 an hour. Even if it's $1,000 an hour, it's still 50 coaching sessions. 50, that's ridiculous. You can't conceptualize that when you have no actual method of how. I guess the hint is this: if it seems realistic and easy to you to do that, that means you have the system set up properly.
Yeah.
That's really what it means.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And there's no way, like, yeah, it sounds easy. You're like, oh, well, that's 5 to 10 calls a week, a month to close the deal. It sounds easy because we have an automated system where you're getting new leads all the time. But if you're just like cold calling people or DMing them on Instagram trying to sell high ticket, yeah, it's going to feel damn hard. But when you have a proven structure that works every single time, I mean, it feels damn easy. That's for
By
sure.
the way, I just had a breakdown as I'm listening to you. When you have a bad method of acquiring clients, you do set smaller goals. Think
Yeah.
about this. This is some deep shit. You ready? Think about this. If I believe that I need to DM or hassle people online or whatever it is, cold call people, network, like if I think if that's my method of marketing, I'm not gonna want to do 30 grand. I'm gonna want to do like 5, 10K, because I don't want to do more of that. But when you have a great system for getting clients in your business, you're like, I don't want to make less. I want to make as much as I can because the business system I built is the capabilities there. Right. So now maybe that's why coaches come to me with small goals. I don't know, because they're like, I can't even fathom trying to make 20 grand doing that crap because I don't want to do that crap. Right. So you self-sabotage and you like lower your goals because the process is so painful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're like, screw this. But now you're like, yo, I got a group email list. I got just automated leads coming. I just got to follow up, do a quick call, follow the script, make it feel good, choose who I want to work with. Yeah. I want to make as much as possible.
Yeah.
That absolutely. Was deep. If you have small goals, if you want to make less than 15K a month in your business as a coach, that's just a hint that you have a terrible sales process. And that's why you don't want to do more.
Right.
That's so deep.
Because you wouldn't even think it's possible because it would entail like thousands of DMs, hundreds of hours prospecting. Whereas when you have a system and it comes easy, you're like, yeah, actually 30 feels small. Let me aim for hire people on the sales team because there's a proven structure.
Doesn't 20 or 30 grand feel small right now to you?
It does, yeah.
When you have big numbers of a price, get the right people on the call, and you have a way to deliver it in a streamlined way, the number's a joke.
Yeah.
The number's a joke.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And above all, like, I know it feels good to make money, but it's really the fact that I'm doing what I'm meant to do. And I know that I'm able to help people. I know that for sure. And the fact that I could do that and the money is just a cherry on top. Like, it's like, great, thanks for your service. You're also, even though you're rich in purpose, you're also rich in money. That's an addition for me. Like, yeah, that's a good, but the idea that I get to pick who I work with and I get to help people transform their lives, like that's why coaches get in the business. And then, of course, making tons of money and charging high ticket allows me to live the lifestyle I want and build the business of my dream. But most of all is with the system, I get to focus on what I really want, which is being of service to people and helping them find and pursue their passion. And the fact that everything else, the business part of it comes so easy, like that's what I love. That I don't have to hustle for the money. I just got to focus on being of service and, nurturing the leads that I'm bringing in every day. And then money is just a cherry on top. It's a reward for the service that I'm providing.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Armin. Thanks to the SGC team. This wouldn't have been possible without all of them. And even our community, like people cheering you on the weekly coaching calls, being like, go crush the sales call, close those deals. Like it's just nice to have everybody in it together. And I know after this call, when I go in the group, the private group to share my big win, like everybody's going to be so pumped for me and it'll be a celebration. And yeah, like we've built this community where everyone's there for each other. So it feels nice.
Did you take the sales call during the coaching call today?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so we had a crazy coaching call.
Yeah.
Go watch the replay tonight. Oh.
Okay, I will.
Yo, I went into like something took over me, and we went into like this deep, like especially the ending of the call.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Listen to the replay. You're gonna be like,
I will.
You're gonna wish you didn't miss it. Like it was worth more than 2,500.
That's how valuable it was.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. Like it was. I went some deep, like just like belief stuff. Anyways, it's good. I was coaching Arvin on something.
All the good
Yeah, you gotta tonight. Get to it tonight.
I'm excited for it.
I love you. I love you so much. Thanks everyone for checking in and watching and whatever. You're close. We're getting you to 30K a month. Let's do that next. Okay?
I'm ready. Thanks, Armin. We'll talk to each other soon.
No problem.